the writer is saying here. He said, have faith in who?
God.
Have faith in who?
God.
First of all, I need to have faith in who?
God.
Okay, now, that simply means now, in order for me to obtain from God, I got to notice God who I'm having faith in. For me to actually have something come from him, I got to know Elder Ron. For me to come up and ask Elder Ron for something, I can't walk up to a stranger and ask a stranger for something. But if I know him, then I can go and ask him. Now watch this. If I knew more about him, then I can ask more of him. And the more I know about him, the more I can ask of him, because I know that he has what I'm asking him for. See? And see, a lot of us don't ask God because, number one, we don't even know him. See, we pretend we know God, because if we knew God, what goes along with knowing God is a reverential respect that's so incredible until you be afraid to even come into his presence. And I said before, like the men of old, they were afraid to call his name. They would say, Jah. They were afraid to call him Yahweh or God. They would just whisper it out of their mouth because they were afraid. They had just that much respect unto God. It's just that as time passed by, we have become so common with God in the church until all kind of stuff go on in the church, and God ain't even in that church, but a lot of stuff go on. And Pastor Stephen did a thing on prayer. And how many of you be sitting down and you hear the word, and the word is being spoken, but another word is being spoken to you? How many of y'all, he's saying something, but something else was being said on the inside of you. And it's not that you're not in compliance and that you're not listening. It's that God now is feeding you where you are. Amen. He's telling you what you need where you are. And that's why people have different revelation from one word that come across. They got different revelations and stuff. Because God is meeting you where you are, and he's telling you what you need to know from the word that's being said while it's being said. It's being interpreted different. So I'm sitting there, and he's ministering about faith, and I'm being full, and I'm being drawn, and I'm kind of like, man, I'm saying, man, I said, this ought not be. Now, see, I said, this ought not be. If somebody heard me say, this ought not be what he's saying. But this ought not be how I'm feeling about what I used to do to God and how I treated God. When I would go to prayer, it would be like if the phone rang, I'd get up and go answer the phone, stop praying, and go answer the phone. And I'll put the phone back down and go back to start praying smoke. And all of a sudden, something else distract me. And then it's almost like, hey, yo, my nigga, what's going on? You know we straight.
Say that, Pastor.
Do you know I wouldn't even talk to my daddy like that? My own biological flesh and blood daddy, if I would say, yo, my nigga. Man, my dad would have had me in the car going to the dentist office to get my teeth put back in my mouth because he just knocked all of them out. So that means now if I got to have respect for him, how much more I need to have respect for him who is the God of my God, my daddy. And so when it came to me, I felt bad because I was kind of like disrespecting God when I was praying because I was just saying things and not thinking about what I was saying. And my prayers are, oh, God bless Brother Francis. God bless so-and-so. God do so-and-so for them. God do it. And it's no kind of respect of saying, having the reverence of respect of coming into his presence gently, and with thanksgiving and entering to his throne like as if, hey, God, I appreciate what you've done and stuff, and reverentially respecting him before I ask him for anything.
That's good, Pastor.
Just come in and start asking God for something. Do this for me, God. Do that for me, God. No kind of respect whatsoever. And then God, being the sovereign God he is, he'll do it. But he would love to have you respect him. He would love to have you honor him. He would love to have you cherish him. And so when I heard that, I said, God, I'm wrong for how I've been approaching you. I said, God, could you ever forgive me? So that night, I was conscious. And I don't know if all of you may get this and stuff, I was conscious that night when I went to pray. And I got down on my knees. I started to see him first. I started seeing God, and I started to just humble myself down and let him know how I feel about him. Let him know that he He's a God that I love, and that he's a merciful God. And I started saying all the different attributes as to who he is, and he didn't have to do what he did for me, but he did it because he loved me. I started singing this. You know,